The coins alert is where everything in this video comes from. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my station to get more XRP news and news about cryptocurrencies in general. Look at this now. Is Judge trying to get Ripple to agree to a secret deal? Before we go any further, there is a new crypto airdrop going on Telegram right now. It will soon be over. Make sure that you take part in this airdrop. Just below the movie, there is a link. Do not miss this. Let's watch more of our movie. The fight between Ripple and the SEC has taken a surprising turn, which is making people in the cryptocurrency world pay more attention. A federal judge in the United States is telling Ripple and the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) that they should think about settling important parts of their case instead of going through the long court process. In January 2025, Ripple is going to file a big case with the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. This suggestion comes at the same time. This idea came from Judge Phyllis Hamilton. A judge has asked Ripple to look into other possible options. In a recent court filing, Judge Hamilton told both Ripple and the SEC that they should look into other options instead of going through the whole legal process for certain claims. This was done so that there would be no need for more lawsuits. As soon as the appeal was over, the court told them to think about whether they could freely drop some claims without prejudice. This means that some claims might need to be looked at again. In order to stop more claims from being made, Ripple, its CEO Brad Garlinghouse, and XRP are working to get a final ruling. The two sides have been given the chance to either go with this plan or keep going with the process that is already in place. The court has asked them to respond to this idea by November 4th. While this was going on, the Securities and Exchange Commission renewed its case against Garlinghouse and Larsson, saying that selling XRP is against securities laws. To get ready for a fight with the SEC, Ripple has added more lawyers to its team. The SEC plans to file its main appeal points by January 15, 2025. Ripple wants the court to make a final decision. Bradley Sostak, who is the lead plaintiff and is defending XRR holders, along with Ripple and CEO Brad Garlinghouse, has asked the court to make a final decision on the claims that Ripple broke securities laws. On top of that, they asked that other claims at the state level be put on hold until the main class action is over. Since the most recent attempt to reach a settlement failed, the plaintiffs are thinking about appealing the earlier decision about trades in XRP that happened over 6 years. XRP case is the newest thing to happen in Henry Ripple Labs litigation. The CEO of the defendant company, Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple Labs, and XRP also have asked the court to make a final decision on the plaintiffs' class action claims and to stop individual state law claims until the case is over. A court order has been made asking both sides to think about the possibility of a different outcome. In the XRP case, the judge has asked both Ripple and the plaintiffs to change their minds. Judge Phyllis Hamilton agreed with the parties' stance in the most recent court filing in the Ripple litigation when it came to their combined petition to seek final judgment and a stay in the XRP litigation. Still, the judge told the parties that they had to think about an alternative settlement they could file for a voluntary release, which would not hurt the individual claim that was still open. This is especially interesting because the claim can be filed again after the appeal of the class claims of securities law violations brought by Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and XRP LLC is over. When the court made its decision, it said that if both sides agreed to this different way of solving the problem, the court asked them to make a new proposed order. The court wants the parties to file a notice by November 4, 2024 if they are not willing to work together. There was a joint motion to file a class action lawsuit about Ripple XRP. The lead plaintiff, Bradley Sostak, along with Ripple Labs, XRPI, and Brad Garlinghouse, asked the court to make a decision on the class action claims that the plaintiffs have regarding violations of securities laws. A state order stopped any further steps related to claims of breaking state securities law until the type of claims in the class action was decided. The settlement meeting that was held to end the XRP lawsuit, things did not go well. The individual plaintiffs planned to challenge the court's order for summary judgment, which was made to settle the class claims. This is different from the class claims, which cover all XRP payments made over 6 years. The claim for one person is about sales made by one customer in January 2018. On December 19th, there will be a meeting before the trial. On January 21st, the jury will be chosen and the trial will begin. The court is now thinking about the Daubert rule, and Judge Hamilton just recently gave orders on 4 motions that were filed in the Ripple case. The majority of the court's ruling was in support of the plaintiff's case, which meant the claimants won. The case against Ripple South Carolina will also be challenged. The case between Ripple and the SEC will go forward in the U.S. Second Circuit Court of Appeal now that Form C has been turned in by both sides. People who worked for Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsson, have been charged with breaking securities law. This is an unusual move by the government. While this was going on, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsson, two officials from Ripple Labs, hired well-known lawyers in the appeals court to throw out the claims being made in the XRP lawsuit. A move from the Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States to the Court of the Second Circuit asks that the due date for its main brief on the appeals be set for January 15, 2025. Even though market conditions are generally good, the price of XRP has stayed pretty close to 52 cents this week. The price has dropped 17 cents since the beginning of the month, and it is now 52 cents. It is interesting to note that the derivatives markets are seeing the most buying action right now, as open interest keeps going up. This particular accusation is based on the XRP deal that a single buyer made in January 2018. The trash roll. Conferences are set for December 19th, and the trial is set to start on January 21st. It will be possible to choose the judges on January 21st. The post-it note for the post titles links as a Ripple SEC appeal is set to happen in 2025. The Second Circuit Court of Appeals will hear the case that Ripple and the SEC are in January 2025. The Securities and Exchange Commission recently brought up claims that Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsson, two leaders at Ripple, broke securities laws. This appeal has the ability to have a big effect on how the case turns out. Legal problems keep happening. Even though it has dropped by 17 this month, the price of XRP has stayed the same at 52 cents. The fact that the Securities and Exchange Commission, an American government agency, has been going after a number of Bitcoin companies is not a big surprise. The information given is not meant to be taken as trade advice. Any purchases made based on the information on this page are not the responsibility of the people who made them. Before making any investment decisions, you should definitely do your own study and talk to a professional who knows what they're talking about.